Can Jasper really replace your content writers? Can it deliver a reasonable ROI in blogging? Or is it just an overhyped tool to fill the ever-inflating internet with more fluff? After my thorough research on GPT-3 and prompt design, I was able to successfully implement Jasper in my blogging workflow from over an year. Coming up. Hey friends, if you're new here, my name is Akshay Hellur. I'm a professional blogger, YouTuber, and a productivity freak. On this channel, I review profitable tools that can act as force multipliers for enhancing your workflow. If you resonate with this, consider subscribing. Before starting this video, I would like to introduce you guys Blogging X Automation System, a proven course to automate and 5x your content publishing game. It helps you learn AI prompt design, which is the future, and speed up your content writing process. At the end of this video, if you feel like Jasper is right for you, and when you buy Jasper through my affiliate link, you not only will get access to Blogging X Automation System for free, along with that you get access to my bonus package with 2 courses as well. And along with that, you will be able to get 10,000 free bonus word credits with Jasper. But the question is Jasper really worth the price? Well, I've answered that question at the end of this video. Feel free to use the timestamps and jump ahead. No hard feelings. Jasper is by far the most popular GPT-3 based AI content writing tool. Even with dozens of GPT-3 based content writing tools popping up, Jasper still has a market for a reason. It is from the same team behind UseProof, the leading social proof plugin in the market. It seems that they are actively hiring and also have a really good work culture. Furthermore, they are excellent when it comes to building a loyal community, crowdsourcing AI content writing strategies, and marketing their products well. When it comes to growth, they acquired Headline as well as Shortly AI, which enabled them to implement GPT-3 commands in what they call boss mode, wherein you will be asking AI whatever you want in natural language. I also really liked how they are utilizing the network effect in their product to improve their content quality by incorporating feedback functionality, thereby creating an entry barrier for other competitors. Moreover, Jasper is Y Combinator backed, and they know what they're doing. They offer a free 5-day trial, but when it comes to plans, they have starter plan and the boss mode plan. The starter plan gives you access to 50 plus content templates, but it doesn't come with a long form editor. But their boss mode plan unlocks the ability for bloggers to write long form content and also enables Jasper commands functionalities that I will be explaining shortly. Alright, as a reminder, at any point in the video, if you decide Jasper is worth it for you, make sure to buy it through my affiliate link. It won't cost you any extra money and you will get access to my Blogging X Automation System course, standard bonus package, and also many more things. Refer below. Before explaining how to speed up your blog post writing process, let me present you some of my favorite copywriting templates inside of Jasper. There are 50 plus content templates. On my favorite templates are like AIDA, PAS, Content Improver, Product Description, Feature to Benefit. You have video script hook, engaging questions, and so on. But indeed, as I'm on their boss mode plan, I write commands directly most of the times than making use of these templates, unnecessarily getting my hands off the keyboard. In the AIDA template, let me type in some details on my training course, Blogging X Pro. The description here should be succinct and keyword rich. Set the tone of voice as engaging or convincing if you're into copywriting. You can also enter whatever you want in this field, like even you can enter in popular author names. And here you need to set the number of outputs to generate. Start with 1, and once you start liking the outputs, you can generate 3 or 5 outputs at once to save the credits. As you can see, the copies generated are pretty good. You can mix and match the persuasive elements from these copies. When you liked any output, you can favorite them and they will be stored under AI outputs section. Let me try the PS template. It presents a problem, agitates it, and then provides a solution. I need to fill in the details, making the most use of the prompt's word count limit. Set the tone of voice as Shakespeare. No, I'm just kidding. Indeed, you can type in something like Shakespeare, but not for copywriting. And generate outputs. Here you can see the outputs are pretty good to begin with. It's presenting a problem, agitating the problem, and providing a solution. That's for my training course, Blogging X Pro. So I have bookmarked most of these templates for quick access. But by far the most used template for me is the Content Improver. It takes a piece of content and rewrites it to make it more interesting, creative, and engaging. I use this all the time to optimize an introduction or to change the tone of voice of some text. In this example, I have a pretty boring introduction to the blog post that I can make engaging. I can play with the tone of voice until the introduction strikes a chord with the audience heads. The outputs are pretty good. Or you can also paste in some bullet points, like in this case Elementor pricing, set the tone of voice and turn it into a coherent paragraph. This paragraph can easily go below the Elementor's pricing page screenshot you include in your blog post, perhaps when reviewing Elementor. Or other random example would be a plagiarism notice email. Please note that how I use words like plagiarism, violation, law, legal to further steer AI in the right direction. Also, I have set the tone as legal. Wow, now the outputs definitely feel like it's drafted by a lawyer. Nani? The possibilities are endless. You can use this especially when you suck at English or just to save time. The next template is product description. You can use this for generating product description in case of Amazon products or product roundup posts, especially if you don't have access to the boss mode. For example, you can just copy and paste the Amazon product name and the feature list and play with the tone of voice, and there you have it. The outputs here are really good. The template is really well fine-tuned for copywriting because after all, it's e-commerce product description. You can maybe copy over this feature to benefit template to help the messaging more benefit driven. It will generate some standard benefits and also emotional benefits that you can infuse in your copy. You may need to tweak the description with more keywords to help Jasper make the associations and come up with more creative benefits. This kind of prompt chaining, wherein you pass one template's outputs to another one, is very effective, particularly with human intervention in the middle. This need not to end here. You can use the same product description we generated as an input prompt for any advertising templates. Like say in this case, Facebook ad primary text, and there you have it. Highly converting Facebook ad copies. Other than this, I would like to show you guys how you can create YouTube script hooks. Here first enter in your video title. It need not to be an actual title because I encourage you to add more keywords to the prompt and make it more detailed. You have only one field here. For example, here in the title I have added AI content writing tool. This is to help AI understand that Jasper is an AI content writing tool. Because GPT-3 sucks when it comes to understanding about the companies or the topics that are quite recent. Here set the tone of voice and generate outputs. The outputs are pretty good. Now out of the content you have, you can identify some big pain problem and prompt it to engaging questions template. These are some of the questions you can explain in your video or ask to entice the audience to watch your video completely. Other than this, I need to demonstrate using paragraph generator. This template will be a boon for you if you don't have access to boss mode but still want to write long form blog posts. You just need to enter in the text on which you need to generate the paragraph. You can enter in up to 600 characters. And here, type in the keywords you need to have in the paragraphs to steer AI in the right direction. And the outputs are impressive. To craft content at warp speed, simply keep favoriting these outputs or copy them to your clipboard manager to process them in bulk later on. This template alone can be a catalyst for scaling up your content game. Speaking of scaling up your content game, if you have decided to use Jasper in your blogging workflow, get free access to my advanced Blogging X automation system training course. Details on how to avail this for free is given in the description. Make sure to check it out. Now let me explain about long form content assistant. This is the most important section of this video. Sit back and enjoy. Once you create a new document, you need to choose whether you want to create content from scratch or start with a blog post workflow. This empty space tells me something. I guess they will be coming up with more workflows. If you slightly want to access their editor, go ahead with start from scratch. This is the option that I use all the time, and then fill in the title, description, keywords, and the tone of voice. Or else you can try their blog post workflow, wherein you need to enter in the description of the blog post in a clear, succinct way. It should be detailed and give AI an idea about the audience you're targeting, the problems that they're facing, and their intents. It's very important to prime AI in the right direction here. right? And the keywords, I sometimes prefer to keep this field as empty and add the keywords dynamically when writing content to steer AI in the right direction. But well, and based on the description, you can let AI generate titles and also generate some intro paragraphs. Let me select one and open the editor to give the blog post an head start. Now the title, description, the keywords that you have entered in the previous step will be visible in the left sidebar. In the sidebar, you can select the text to rephrase, like it rephrases the text. You can fix the grammar and also simplify the paragraphs. You can also check your content for plagiarism for your own peace of mind, because GPT-3 generates content one word at a time using its own intelligence and is unique. That's why I told your own peace of mind. And also it has free Grammarly integration. Yeah, Grammarly for free. And if you want Jasper to continue generating content, you can just click on the compose button. More on that later. But before clicking on the compose or supplying commands, you need to first understand what Jasper will be able to see in the long form assistant. Here it can see the title, description and the keywords. You can of course toggle the visibility of these fields. If you're dealing with the long form copy, you need to also know that when composing, Jasper can only see the previous 3000 characters from the cursor location and of course the data you provided in the sidebar. A good character lookback limit is like quintessential for consistent narrative thread, and Jasper excels at this. Equally important, it's very important to know what Jasper knows, like what topics it excels when it comes to writing content. See, Jasper is based on GPT-3. So GPT-3 is amazing at producing human quality content with just bullet points on your end. It is good at weaving coherent narratives. It predicts the next best word to write, one word at a time. This is how AI model thinks. This model is trained on 10% of the internet information and may suck at discussing recent issues. So if you want to discuss old concepts like weight loss, it's better at it. If you're writing about recent stuff like that of like blockchain, Bitcoin, Jarvis needs more training on your part, especially as it's technical content. It's great at writing creatively, but it's not always factually correct. So you need to proofread and fact check. When it comes to editor, you have focus and power modes. In the focus mode, you can continue writing your blog post by clicking on the compose button or the key Command or Control J, and AI writes the content. In the middle of writing with the long form assistant, it can be handy to use some copywriting templates. That brings us to power mode. Suppose if you want to generate a blog post outline, just enter in the title and click generate. But the major downside of the templates when used inside long form editor is that with this, Jasper doesn't have access to description, keywords and also introduction that you have previously added in the blog post. It can only see the blog post title or the topic that you have added, and based on that, it should create an outline. In those cases, you need to make use of boss mode. You just need to enter in the command, create an outline for the above, or something like create a list of questions and answers about task batching in this case, and click command enter. You're supplying it a command like you'd ask Google Assistant or Siri. Alternatively, you can dictate the commands using a speech to text using Max Dictate feature or voice in extension by Dictanote. Even you can consider using text expander to quickly type frequently used commands. Let me give you one more example. Say if you want to describe pricing plans of the product, you can copy paste the pricing details from their website and improve the content. You can ask Jasper whatever you want in natural language, but for accurate and succinct outputs, you need to learn the art of prompt design that I have covered extensively in my course, Blogging X Automation System, that you can get access to for free. Refer below. Here are some popular commands that Jasper recommends you use. It's there in their help center as well. Of course, these are not the only commands. You can be more creative with this. Like I've been researching about this from the last 1 year. Well, now if you want to write content below any one of these questions, you can go ahead and start composing or command J. Here, if you want to steer AI in the right direction, you can add some linking or transition words. Furthermore, open-ended words like, however, most importantly, moreover, nevertheless, these words help encourage AI create more content by tapping into its more extensive associations instead of narrowing its scope. When you're letting Jasper write the article, it's important for you to proofread the article and make the necessary stylistic tweaks simultaneously in the middle, because the quality of your beginning content determines the quality of the subsequent content that the AI generates. In this way, you can let AI generate some content and you can write some content yourself and just do the dance and complete your entire article. The main advantage of Jasper over other tools is its boss mode or commands feature. To take this to the next level, Jasper has introduced recipes. These are essentially community created templates with inbuilt commands and variables to uncover interesting content generation use cases. You can create a new recipe and supply it a list of commands that you want to execute for a specific use case. Alternatively, you can also browse some popular community recipes. Let me select product review blog post recipe by Amanda. You can save this recipe to your collection or run it straight away, creating a document. If you scroll down, you can also see the recipe content along with all the commands and variables. Let me run this, and here you can see the recipe content has been pre-populated. Let me fill in the title, content description, and set the tone of voice as convincing. I just need to enter in the seed keyword and also the audience to which the blog post is targeting. I have copied keyword, audience, the product name, and also the list of features and benefits. I just need to replace the variables with the actual data. Now execute the commands by hitting Command Enter. As I already have the headline, so let me delete this. Now the intro paragraph. Let me replace the variables and supply the command. Well, this is a really good intro paragraph. Now let me proceed with attention, interest, desire, action, AIDA generation. It's really good at generating attention and desire in the minds of the people. And also let me write some PAS copy where I will be presenting the problem that the bloggers are facing and presenting AI content writing as a solution. And now let me generate an intro paragraph for the product, that is Jasper, based on the features that I've copied over. That's fairly a good placeholder text. But I need to absolutely proofread the text as there are some factual errors in the generated copy here. I recommend you to fix these errors before going forward, or it will contaminate the subsequent generations. I can also let Jasper convert the features of the product into benefits of this product. It mentions some standard benefits and as well as emotional benefits. Finally, when concluding the article, I can just replace the variables and write. And the conclusion part is pretty good because GPT-3, the tech behind Jasper, is good at summarization. And at last, I can consider adding some persuasive bullet points and maybe end it with some PAS copy. The article is not at all complete. You need to obviously add in your own perspectives, proofread, fact check, and rewrite for more clarity. Other than this, some interesting recipes that you can create, or you can supply some examples of converting text to emojis. And now when you enter in any text, it will convert it to emojis. And also converting unformatted text to formatted text with all the capitalizations and punctuation marks. In future prompting like this, where you will be supplying the examples and helping AI understand how to solve a problem, the number of examples, the order of the examples, and the topic matters a lot. Please pay attention to these three things. Jasper also comes with Surfer SEO integration to add SEO mode along with focus and power mode in your long form content editor. It helps you optimize your content for SEO. For this, you need to buy Surfer SEO at a special discounted price. In the SEO mode, based on the analysis of the top ranking pages for the keyword, Surfer generates all the subtopics and keywords you need to target in your content. As you keep on generating the content, it will analyze whether you're covering all the subtopics your SEO competitors are covering. You can also pick competitors to compare your content with and also pick topics to cover. Moreover, it provides a content score that indicates the overall quality of the article and its comprehensiveness, topical breadth and depth. These are some main features. I'm not gonna really dive in deep, but for me, as I'm making use of Phrase, which is a similar tool, I have not bought Surfer SEO. But one thing is for sure, you need to have a powerful correlational SEO by your side for ranking well and having that competitive edge. Now let me give you some information on how we are using Jasper in our blogging workflow. Depending upon your niche, Jasper can speed up your content publishing game by 50% all the way up to 500%. If GPT-3 is knowledgeable in the niche that you're dealing with, Jasper should perform well. Our niche is SaaS and blogging. We use Jasper to generate FAQs for our blog posts. You just need to copy over the complete blog post or make use of TLDR services like WordTune, Read, or any other TLDR services, and then supply a command to generate FAQs. We also sometimes use it for product reviews and roundup posts. You just need to fill in the title, in this case Blue Yeti review for product creators, a succinct keyword-rich description that helps it to map features of the mic to benefits in case of podcasting, and set the tone of voice. You just need to copy over the Amazon product description. Now run Content Improver for a podcast blog. Now it should review the microphone as it relates to podcasting. You can of course intervene in the middle and help it better present the benefits of the products as it relates to podcast recorders. We also use Jasper to generate YouTube scripts, ad copies, introductions, and much more, as I've already discussed. We make use of these AI content writing tools very vigilantly in our content writing workflow, as we do believe that every piece of content we create on our website are like employees which drive traffic and sales to our blog 24/7, and they should be of high quality. Now comes the comparison. When you compare Jasper to any other tools like PaperType, Closers Copy, or any other tool, it is by far the best as of today, especially for long-form content writing. It is better fine-tuned for copywriting, and the main strength is the boss mode, in which you can ask the AI whatever you want. Although it's priced higher, it checks all the boxes that are desired to have in an AI content writing tool. And also, as per my experience and extensive testing, Jasper provides by far the best quality content compared to any other tool. And this matters a lot, as the aggregation of marginal gains matters a lot when it comes to success as a content creator. Yet there are some downsides as well, as the need to check the content for accuracy and also human intervention is required, especially for technical content. But fortunately, there are ways to circumvent it. I've explained about them in my training course, Blogging X Automation System, which you can get for free. Refer below. When it comes to the downsides, in particular, their rephrase tool is not so good. Oftentimes, it misses out on a lot of details. And also, their editor has no export option. You need to copy over the content to Google Docs. And also, their mobile UI and UX sucks big time. It's only a matter of time. I'm pretty confident that they will fix these downsides. As I told you before, it still completely can't replace your content writer, but it can easily speed up your content creation workflow. It is true that Jasper is one of the most expensive options out there. However, Jasper may provide you with a process that will improve your output by at least 50 to 70% or even more in some niches. You see, at the end of the day, like, money is all about time value. Knowing your self-worth in monetary terms is crucial if you're clueless about whether to invest in a tool like this. Personally, for me, Jasper has really reduced the time I spent creating my initial drafts. It gives a kickstart to my blogging process and also helped me say goodbye to my writer's block. Depending upon the niche, Jasper can even speed up your content writing workflow by 200 to 1000% if enough content exists for it to write on. For agencies who have a team of writers and also for freelancers, Jasper gives the best ROI. I've spent so much time and energy in creating this video, especially for B-roll recording, to make sure that the value density in this video will be damn high. So if you have liked this video, just hit that like button. If you have any doubts, let me know in the comment section below. Make sure to subscribe, guys. And here are some more videos for you to watch, and I'm out.